The following program is a production of Hōʻike Kauai Community Media. The Hōʻike Weekly has been made possible in part by the Rice Street Business Association and Kauai Family Magazine. Aloha, Kauai. Today's episode of the Hōʻike Weekly is the last one, but there's nothing to be sad about here. We listened to your feedback and took it to heart, which is why we're changing things up. We'll still be giving you all the info you need to keep up with the massive amount of events going on around here, but instead of having to watch a 10 to 15 minute show about it, you can have it delivered directly to your inbox. That's right, the community calendar that you've come to know and love is losing its baby fat, and now it's a slimmed down, all grown up newsletter, complete with links to events that'll make keeping up with Kauai more portable and easier to access. No more scrubbing through our videos or podcasts. As for the community connections we share with you on this show, we'll still be giving you those about every other week. Same time, same channel, but each episode will give you insight and details into the events through interviews and recaps. It's going to pair nicely with that newsletter, and we are excited for the change. We're also excited about today's show. There's festivals and concerts and events that honor community members, as well as a fest for staying fit, a club on Sunday morning, and a proclamation. Like I said before, this may be the last episode of the Hōʻike Weekly, but there's nothing sad happening over here. I'm Trisha Allen, and this is the Hōʻike Weekly. Now, in order to continue getting our incredible community calendar newsletter, be sure you click the tiny URL link in our show notes and register. We won't spam you, promise, but we will send you an email every other week that includes all the events happening on our island, as well as the links to each, so you can plan accordingly and at your leisure. For right now, here's all of Kauai's upcoming events happening September 22nd through the 28th. We told you last week that the Kauai Mokihana Festival will begin on Sunday, September 21st with a morning church service at Kapa'a First Hawaiian Church. Starting at 10 a.m., this gathering will bring the community together in prayer and song, setting a heartfelt foundation for a week filled with Hawaiian music, culture, and hula. On Monday, September 22nd, the festival continues, and it will bring the spotlight to Hawaiian music at the Composers Contest and Concert. Beginning at 6 p.m. at the Outrigger Kauai Beach Resort, original songs will take center stage as composers share their artistry with the audience in a truly one-of-a-kind evening. Tuesday, September 23rd will honor the legacy of Queen Liliuokalani. The morning will include a preparation workshop for the Ioi Liliu Song Competition, while the evening will feature live music at the Naupaka Terrace from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pueo Pata, Alika Simpson, and Pono Nero will fill the space with mele and harmony. Continuing on, Thursday, September 25th, will open the doors to the Kauai Mokihana Makeke at the Kauai War Memorial Convention Hall. From 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., local artisans, jewelers, and food vendors will be showcased. In the evening, Kumu Kupu Kinimaka will lead a cultural workshop from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., adding depth to the day's festivities. Friday, September 26th, will continue the Kauai Mokihana Makeke at the War Memorial Convention Hall from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m., but as night falls, the hula kahiko competition begins at 5 p.m., celebrating the ancient traditions of hula and its powerful storytelling. Then the week-long festival will close on Saturday, September 27th, with one final day of the Kauai Mokihana Makeke, open from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. At 11 a.m., the stage will shift to the Hula Awana competition, highlighting the artistry and creativity of modern hula, and at the same time bringing the festival to a joyful close. The Kauai Department of Water will hold a series of community meetings this month to share findings from its water systems investment plan and to hear from residents about the structure of the island's water. The first meeting will take place on Tuesday, September 23rd at the Koloa Neighborhood Center from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., focusing on Kalaheo, Lawai, Omau, Kaloa, and Poipu. On Wednesday, September 24th, the discussion will move to Kalu Kalu at 1624 in Kapa'a from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for the communities of Wailua, Kaua, Kapa'a, and Anahola. The North Shore meeting will follow on Thursday, September 25th at the Kilauea Elementary School cafeteria from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., covering Kilauea, Kalihiwai, Anini, Hanalei, Wainiha, and Ha'ena. Then on Monday, September 29th, the Waimea Neighborhood Center will host residents of Kekaha, Waimea, Hanapepe, and Eleele from 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. The series will conclude on Tuesday, September 30th at the Lihue Neighborhood Center, also from 5 to 7 p.m., focusing on Puhi, Lihue, and Hanamaulu. The Kauai Economic Development Board is bringing back the Aloha ʻIke dinner on Friday, September 26th at the Royal Sonesta Resort. Beginning at 5 p.m., this evening will highlight the creativity and dedication of Kauai's classrooms while honoring the educators and students who inspire learning every day. Senate President Ron Kochi will serve as keynote speaker, bringing his lifelong advocacy for education, economic opportunity, and quality of life to the celebration. Malama Kauai is scheduled to hold a couple of community clothing swaps this weekend, one on Friday, September 26th, and one on Saturday, September 27th. Both of them are being held at their Lihue hub. Donations of women and children's clothing will be accepted on Friday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m., and shopping will take place on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those who donate or volunteer will receive early access to shop on Saturday. Haleʻopio Kauai is celebrating 50 years of impact and service at the Royal Sonesta Kauai Resort on Saturday, September 27th from 4:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. The evening will be hosted by Dylan Ancheta and includes a performance by Halau Ka Hula o Hinano, as well as a live painting by Pineki Lindsay. A gourmet dinner and the presentation of the 2025 HOK Honors Awards will also be part of the evening. The 2025 honorees include Laverne Bishop, Patricia Chin, Roxanne and Vance Pasqua, and Hōʻike's close friend Madeline Hiraga Nuccio, as well as both the Zonta Club of Hanalei and the Zonta Club of Kauai. The 12th annual ʻOhana FitFest will take place on Saturday, September 27th at the Princeville Mackay Golf Club Woods Course. This 5K fun run and walk will include family-friendly obstacles where participants will climb, crawl, and test their coordination. Presented by North Shore Give, the event will support fitness programs and equipment for Kauai North Shore schools. Saturday nights are the perfect time for dancing and good music. And on Saturday, September 27th, the band Joy Eclectic will perform at Kokee Lodge from 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. The evening will feature a mix of R&B, neo soul, and funk with food available from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. The dancing and good music continues for the morning drop at Ha Coffee in Lihue on Sunday, September 28th. Mal, the DJ, will be spinning from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., mixing up a caffeinated Sunday morning soundtrack that pairs perfectly with coffee and makes the start of a new week even more exciting. You may remember a couple weeks ago when we sat down with Johnny Yago to chat about National Healthy Aging Month and National Senior Center Month, which is in September, and he told us about a proclamation ceremony that was coming up to celebrate the occasion. Well, the time has come, and at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, September 24th, Mayor Derek Kawakami will be recognizing the contributions of older adults and the importance of healthy living at the Lihue Civic Center Mo'ikeha Rotunda. This event is open to the public, and the Agency on Elderly Affairs will be on hand to provide resources as well as information for any kupuna at the event. Another program under the Agency on Elderly Affairs is hosting an event taking place immediately the day after. On Thursday, September 25th, the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, or RSVP for short, is holding a 9/11 National Day of Service and Remembrance. Taking place at Kukui Grove Center from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m., this gathering will honor the lives lost and the heroes of September 11, 2001, while also recognizing RSVP's Gold volunteers and highlighting service, resilience, and unity. Guest speakers, live entertainment, and plenty of community connections can be made at this event, which is open to the public, by the way. But we already made a community connection with Andrea Alfiller, the program director at RSVP. She stopped by the studio to tell us about the event and to also fill us in on what the RSVP program does for the retired community members and kupuna alike. Now, you know we love making a good community connection, so here it is. Okay. Aloha Kauai, I'm Trisha Allen, and sitting to my right we have Andrea Alfiller. She is a program coordinator for RSVP, which is a program that is part of the Agency on Elderly Affairs, sponsored by the County of Kauai.
So we're sponsored by the County of Kauai Agency on Elderly Affairs, and we also fall under the umbrella of the federal program AmeriCorps Seniors.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And you have an event coming up on the 25th that we will talk about in a minute. But first, let's cover what RSVP is and what you folks do.
Yeah, so RSVP stands for Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. So the gist of it is we engage folks 55 and older into meaningful volunteer opportunities. So it really gives folks an opportunity to meet community needs in all these different focus areas that we try to meet.
Yeah.
Volunteers can, give back. They can feel like a sense of duty, or to utilize their skills and interests to find opportunities that work for them in the community.
So it's not necessarily a program for kupuna to get services from. It's more about people 55 and older helping kupuna that are utilizing AEA's services?
It's really a win-win situation. So it's getting people to volunteer in the community and then to meet community needs. Okay. So we partner with nonprofit organizations, private and public, government and healthcare proprietary entities. And then our job is to really place volunteers who enroll in our program through those stations. We call them those site stations, and to fulfill the needs of those organizations.
Okay, so I'm 55 and older. I contact the RSVP program and I say, I want to help. What's next?
So you can call us, you can email us, you can walk into our offices. So the one qualification is you have to be 55.
Okay.
And then we usually like to have a sit-down conversation with you to see what are your skills, what are your interests, and to hopefully place you with those skills and interests. So as a federal program, we have specific focus areas that we focus on. We have over 40 different sites and locations, and we have about 250 volunteers. So there's a whole gamut of places and jobs or work that these volunteers can participate in. We partner with places like Kauai Museum, Grove Farm, NTBG. So you would be, or DMV. So these are all—
Get out, the DMV? Okay.
So these are all places where people, they give tours. They're there to give folks information. A lot of our focus is healthy futures. So we do a lot of work around food pantries, delivering food to homebound kupuna.
Okay.
Sometimes we have teachers who are lifelong teachers and they never want to see a classroom again. So maybe they want to do food delivery. We do environmental stewardship, so plant propagation, making sure keeping out invasive species and propagating maybe endemic plants, cataloging our plants at NTBG. The whole purpose of the program is to get folks who are older, and some people who are 55 don't necessarily identify with being older, right?
Right, yeah.
So it's retired and seniors. So it's about keeping them engaged and connected.
Okay.
Because that really enriches their own lives. However, part of the enriching your own life is sometimes we have volunteers, and they're volunteering for a lot of different reasons, but it's really to stay connected and to increase the social fabric of our community.
It sounds pretty comprehensive, this RSVP program. It sounds like it's not any one thing necessarily.
Right, but it does also serve the kupuna in some ways. So one of our volunteer stations, AARP Tax Aid, they've gone to over 17 locations serving over 400 kupuna or low-income folks, and they do their tax returns for free. It's really fun to see, how it enriches just not the lives of volunteers, but also, the greater community.
All right, that's pretty neat. And that's why it is volunteer and.
Yes.
That's the and part.
Yep.
Is there a spot on the website, I'm assuming, where people can go to kind of get all the info about the RSVP program, how to help, how to be a part of it, how to get info on it, all that?
Yeah, so we're under the umbrella of the County of Kauai Agency on Elderly Affairs. So you'll see a little snippet there. But the best way is to also call us.
What's the phone number?
808-241-4479.
Okay.
So 808-241-4479.
And should they ask for you?
They can ask for me. They can also ask for Grace Delos Reyes. It usually goes straight to Grace De Los Reyes right now. And then, yes, you can also ask for me. We also have email, of course.
Yeah, email.
Our general email is rsvp@kauai.gov. And of course, we always love to see our volunteers or potential volunteers. So step into our office. So it's PE Koi Building, 4444 Rice Street, Suite 330.
Near the DMV.
Near the DMV.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we have an event September 25th at Kukui Grove. And it's our National Day of Service and Remembrance. So rather than, always having that anniversary of that date just be a remembrance of tragedy, we work to kind of rekindle the spirit of like what happened after. Our country really came together, people came together across divides, and so many people stepped up for service and volunteerism. So we're gonna have, a whole nice presentation, our color guards from Waimea JROTC this year. We're going to have some speakers there, some dignitaries and some speakers. And then, of course, some nice entertainment and door prizes. And hopefully it's a day of fun and spirit and unity.
And will you have information about the RSVP program there?
Yeah, so we'll have some information for RSVP. We'll also have different stations where people can volunteer through those stations. We're also recognizing some of our gold volunteers. So the gold volunteers are folks who have contributed over 500 hours in one calendar year. So this year,
that's a lot.
Yeah, so we're honoring 5 gold volunteers at this event, and it's really to kind of, celebrate them, recognize them, but also, hopefully elicit and inspire others to step up and volunteer as well.
Yeah. Do we know who those 5 people are? Do they know who they are yet?
They do.
Can we say who they are?
Sure. So we have Nancy Abreu, and she's really just this superstar volunteer. She volunteers at all sorts of different sites and locations. Some of them are Hale Kokua, Malama Kauai. When I've spoken to her, she's really moved by giving back because she was a recipient of just so much help on her end with her late husband. So it's her way of like giving back to the community that gave her so much. We have Lori Davey who step up. She's with Malama Ina Honu. Her volunteer services sounds like a bunch of fun to me. They go out to Poipu and educate visitors and locals alike and, keeping our Honu safe. We have Alan Momohara. He's just volunteering at a whole bunch of sites. Nourish Kauai, which they deliver food every Wednesday out of Crossroads. He volunteers with us, RSVP. He's a great data guy. He's on our RCP Advisory Council, and he's taken over for TaxAid ARP, the tax services. We have Judith Stricker. She's been involved in a lot of food programs as well. And we recently, trying to reinvigorate our partnership with Catholic Charities. And then, Judith answered the call to pack some things for folks that are recently coming out of KCCC. Who's that 5th one? Oh, excuse me, Gwen Psyche. So Gwen Psyche, how could I forget Gwen Psyche? She's in our office 3 times a week. She's basically Grace De Los Reyes' right-hand woman. What's really important is that we report. So we report out, we try to tell the story of like what these volunteers are doing. So say, for example, sometimes Hanapepe Salvation Army, they're distributing approximately 800 hot meals each month.
Wow.
So 200 meals each week. So we keep data of that to basically be able to tell the story of like what these folks are doing and to be able to record hours. And what's really kind of cool about the volunteer hours is we're recording hours over a lifetime. So, some folks, it's really kind of neat to see how many hours that they contribute, over their lifetime.
I bet.
Yeah.
That's so cool that she does the administrative portion of that, just making sure it's all straight and accounted for.
Yeah.
So important.
She helps out Grace a lot with, making sure that all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed, and everything's good to go and everything's perfect. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So they're going to be recognized at your event on September 24th?
September 25th. So Thursday, September 25th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Kukui Grove Center stage. It's a 9/11 event, and we're holding it on September 25th.
It sounds like a really cool event. I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I think, Kauai RSVP, it's been around for a while. So we've been around for about 50 years, and obviously there's value to this program.
That's it. You can breathe now. Mahalo to Andrea and all the folks from the Agency on Elderly Affairs for stopping by the studio and filling us in on what you guys have going on. All right, Kauai, that's all the Hōʻike we have for you this week. and for all the weeks, I guess. Today's episode is the last, like I said, but our community calendar lives on in our newsletter. So first, don't forget to click the tiny URL link in our show notes if you need any details about anything we covered in today's show. And that includes signing up for our community calendar newsletter. That link is the most important, so it'll be right there at the top. And second, don't forget we'll also still have those Community Connections episodes for you to watch every other week. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, now is the perfect time. Actually, it wouldn't hurt to follow us on Instagram either because we tease a lot of our content there. Mahalo for watching the Hōʻike Weekly and helping us grow into something perfect for the community. Remember to have fun this week, and we'll catch you soon for some more. I'm Trisha Allen, wishing you love and aloha. Allegra Gaines is Hōʻike's president and CEO, while Leko Sameta is the administrative assistant. Smita Narong handles production and education services. Max Richardson also handles production, but IT services as well. Trisha Allen is Hōʻike's news and events producer, and Olivia Franco is our county producer and social media manager. Hōʻike Kauai Community Media's president and CEO is Allegra Gaines. Administrative assistant, Leko Someta. Production and education services by Roger Olson. Production and IT services by Max Richardson. News and events producer, Trisha Allen. County producer and social media manager, Olivia Franco.